What's up everyone? Steve here. Welcome back to my channel where we go over our peer-to-peer car sharing platforms. I mainly deal with Turo. That's where all my stats come from, and that's basically where all my advice comes from. But a lot of this will work for Get Around, Hire Car, Avail, all these things. Maybe not so much Avail. I don't even know if they're still going. I feel like they had so much problems. But regardless, we're gonna get into what I would do different if I started off brand new, fresh in 2022. So let's jump right into it. I will tell you right off the bat, the biggest thing, and this probably should be at the end of the video just to kind of keep you on the hook, but I really don't want you guys hung up and stuck with these car loans. So if you guys are getting into this, definitely get into it slowly. Don't go out buying a whole bunch of cars under your personal credit just thinking that this is going to make you money hand over fist. I know that's been kind of the thing, that's been what everybody's telling you for the past few years. Take it slow and easy. If I was starting this over right now, right here now, 2022, I would be completely doing this as a side hustle. I wouldn't jump into it full-time as a full-time gig. And I'm telling you this coming from a place of our previous fleet had over 50 cars where we were doing over 260,000 in sales a year, to this current fleet that's doing, roughly 6,000 to 8,000 on average throughout the first year that I had this fleet going. So we'll see how this year goes because it'll be a full running year of this particular fleet instead of in the growth mode. So 100%, if I was starting just now, I would find something cheap, a commuter, because some of these commuter cars, some of these cash cars, they call them shooters, some of these cash cars will pull in just as much as a 2020 car or a 2021, some of these newer cars. So in my opinion, this is just what works for me. Clearly, you guys will do what works best for you. But if you're able to get one or two cash cars, let those things run. Now you got that cash flow going, you got it rolling, put it in savings. If it's a side hustle, definitely just keep putting it in the business. And at this point, you're able to buy whatever cars you're wanting to if you're stacking that cash. I definitely think that you should do this to create that buffer, create that nest egg, as you will. So that way when things are kind of slow, you're covered. But if you've got these cash cars, you're not worried if they're going out or not. Obviously, it's cash flow, you got money coming in. You gotta pay for registration, maintenance, and all that stuff, yada yada. But for the most part, it's cash flow coming in, straight to savings, and you guys are set. That way when it comes time to up in your fleet, if you wanna get something like luxury or sports car, whatever category you wanna get into, you can have the money for it and stacked away. So that way if something happens, like, say Ford recalls the Bronco, the Mustang, you're covered, you're good. You're not sitting there thinking, oh man, how am I gonna get rid of all these cars? Or what am I gonna do with all these cars, all these Mustangs that I have? So that leads me right into the next point. Diversify, guys. Make sure you guys are not going out buying 10, 15 of the same exact car, just different colors. That's not diversification, it's just different colors. Which, yes, that does play into some of the cars because some colors run out better. But you can play with that later on. When you got that nest egg, when you got everything paid for and that nest egg, where you're safe, a little safe. So make sure you're diversified, like I said. Don't have to worry about, if you guys want to run in credit, that's fine. I'm not bashing it whatsoever. If you guys want to run in cash, by all means, do what works best for you. But definitely get different models of cars. We had this happen with our previous fleet. We had 5 Mercedes that, you guys know. 2021, I think coming into 2021, we were having the recall issues. That's not the first recall that those cars have had. We actually had one as soon as we bought them, financed, and boom, seatbelt recall, and we were stuck with these cars with brand new notes, and we couldn't do anything about it. So make sure you guys kind of spread it out a little bit. Get those commuters. Get the cars that are going to be good on maintenance. Get the ones that are going to be good on fuel efficiency. You don't have to have all the options by any means. Make sure it's running, got cooled AC, hot heater, windshield wipers work, and as long as they are commuters, they're shooters, people don't care about options, okay? They only start caring about that when it gets into the luxury cars. But as long as you're diversifying, you're getting the Accents, you're getting the Elantras, or the Ford Focus, or the Honda Civics, or whatever cars it is, just make sure you're diversified and you got plenty of cars that are able to keep going. Now, before we get into the third and possibly final point, I will say, like, subscribe, do all that stuff down below if you guys like it. If not, whatever, I'm sorry. I'm just me, trying to be me. Trying to help you guys all out. But like, subscribe, it'll help out the algorithm. And if you guys want any help by all means, there's a link below. You can get a hold of me. There's a course down below as well if you guys want to just fast track in and get everything from A to Z in order instead of having to go back through different videos and figure it out on your own. That'll help you basically expedite the process of your fleet and start making more money as much as you can and just optimize the process. So check out that course below, and we will jump right into the third point, which is when you grow your fleet, what you would do. Like I said, keep it cash, keep them cheap, and you can start diversifying. Now, once you do start diversifying, you can keep a good ratio, and this is what we learned with the other cars, because we had a lot of luxuries. We actually had a couple R8s in there, a few Porsches, a bunch of Mercedes. I don't know what the deal was with Mercedes, except for that they did really well. But what we did not do, and it cost us huge, was we didn't get a bunch more cash cars. Honestly, I think it's about a 5 or 7 to 1 ratio, and I think that's like the sweet spot. Usually about 5 cash cars, and these are the ones that don't have any notes, nothing, no payments, just registration, whatever you guys got going on it. So you get 5 of those built up, and now you can start dealing with the luxury and the sports cars. Now, the reason I say this is you're always gonna have the people coming in on vacation, you're gonna have the business people, you're gonna have just all around people that need a commuter car. Not everybody always needs luxury, and not everybody always needs to go fast. I mean, I get it, I wanna go fast, but when it comes down to economic purposes, if my car's down in the shop, I would just want something to get from point A to point B that's going to be reliable and trustworthy. So if you keep this ratio going, this will help prevent any issues as far as if you do have a recall or if the car is damaged and it's down, and now you're able to pay for all your expenses on the expensive cars with these cheaper cars, because it's constant cash flow coming in, and that's huge. I mean, I get it. Yes, you do want to go out. You do want to make 20, 30,000 right off the bat. But if you're making 20 or 30,000 and your bills are, 18 to 25,000 on that 20 to 30,000, I mean, you're not really making that much money. You're not turning the profit that you want to. Once you get all this down, this kind of leads me to the final point, and you guys I might get a little bit a flack for it. We'll see what happens. See how many of you guys pay attention to this. But once you start getting this down and you really enjoy this, I will say that you absolutely should start looking into starting your own business with it. I'd say that, please take that with a grain of salt, because not everybody's cut out for that. There's a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff that Turo does that you guys don't realize. I know you say you hate how much they take or how much they don't do. Trust me, they are doing a lot behind the scenes to help us out as hosts. And all that stuff costs money. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I think the end goal, if you are trying to create a business out of this, the end goal is to be on your own platform, your own office, and have everybody come to you instead of using Turo. Or you can use Turo as advertising, like I know a lot of these big hosts do, or these big rental car companies do. If you are sticking to this as a side hustle, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. Keep those commuter cars out. Get 1 or 2 of those fancy cars, the sports cars, the luxury cars. Don't get too attached to them, and just let them bring you money, cash flow. Side hustle. Ultimately, that's the name of the game, right? Get that cash flow, get that side hustle going, so where you're actually getting paid and can just stack that away and just start growing that account, that bank account. Make that money. But anyway, hope all this helped out. I only gave you guys 3, and I'm probably gonna cut this short. There's tons more that I've learned over the past, but those are the 3 main things. And obviously, don't get attached to these cars. But like, subscribe, do all that stuff below. Like I said, check out the course. It'll help you guys out, help you determine what cars will actually work for your market, how to figure out what those cars are actually making other hosts in that market. A lot of good stuff in there. Do everything, keep grinding, keep hustling. And if you are not a host yet, do not get scared. You can definitely make money. You just gotta know the ins and outs and read the terms of service. That's all there is to it. Hope this helped out. We will catch you guys on the next one. Keep grinding, keep hustling, keep making that money. Later, y'all.